we have Tucker here. We are working on his introduction to recall. So what that looks like is I'm starting off with a 20-foot, 30-foot long line. So I still have control over Tucker in case he doesn't respond to me. I can still guide him into me when I call him. This is a great tool to use when you're starting out with your puppy, when you want that solid recall, because I don't want him to learn that he has another option, that he doesn't have to listen to me. I don't want him to think that. I want him to know that every time I call you, you gotta come here. So as a puppy and as his training goes on, we do name recognition. So when we're on group walks and stuff, I always will call the dog's name and say his name, so every time he responds to it, he gets a treat. So, because obviously if you have multiple dogs, you want that dog to know I'm talking to you. So I always am going to say Tucker's name first, and then when he looks at me and makes full commitment that he's going to come to me, that's when I'm going to say the command, come. So he knows that action is coming straight for me, and that's the command. So I'll show you right here. Tucker, come! Yes, good boy! Yes, what a good man! Good job. Okay. So right there, I got excited. I got down low. We're using body language. This looks inviting. You see how Tucker automatically came right to me without me saying anything? Crouching down, getting excited. That's very inviting to our puppy. Good boy. Yeah, that was a good man. Another thing too is if you notice that, hello Olive, as I recall my dog, I start messing around with their collar as soon as they come into my space, because I want to make that a positive experience in him understanding, like, every time you come to me, it's okay that I grab your collar, because I don't want him to get in the habit of, if you're trying to emergency grab your dog, I don't want him to think, oh no, you're trying to, it's a game, or I don't want to develop a drive-by. I want it to be like, this is where you come every time I call you. So we set them up for success for that as well. Because obviously if I need to get my dog, recall my dog from an emergency, I want them to come straight to me, and I want to be able to grab a hold of them if I have to. Yes, good boy. Okay. And again, I'm not giving Tucker the full length of the leash because we're just starting out this command. So I don't want him to have full freedom of the long line. But as time goes on, I'll start giving him a little more, the better he gets and how often he comes back to me. Which he's doing good right now is he's actually sticking by me, and I'm going to reward that all day, because obviously you want to have a dog that you can go for a walk with off leash and he's just kind of hanging out with you. Okay.
Tucker.
Yes, good boy. Good job. So he's really good at this. Super attentive. I mean, this is Tucker's personality, you know what I mean? He really likes to stick around with you, even though we have Olive over there as a somewhat distraction. But he still wants to be attentive to the person that's working with him, which is really great, because he's got such a calm demeanor about himself. But he's also like, I like hanging out with you and whatnot. So, okay, go in. Go say hi.
Hello.
Tucker! Yes, come! Good boy! Yes, good boy! So that was really cool to see too, is I said his name and I gave him a second to think. If you saw how he just was like, wait, did she just say my name? And then he turned around, and then that's when I was like, yes, I'm talking to you. That's what we want to do for our puppies. We want to be very excited when they look at us and give us attention. And then obviously I called him as soon as he committed to coming to me. So that is what introduction to this recall looks like for him. We want to set our dogs up for success, having our long line, because I don't want him to get in the habit of, if I called him and I didn't have a long line and he was like, I don't really know if I want to come to you, he just learned that he can continue and he doesn't have to listen. So we don't want that. But Tucker's doing so good. He's such a sweet boy. Yes,